Doesn't want anything to do with us.
Before you, with great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, I'm Evrart Claire, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from...
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair on the
You go ahead, detective.
whatever he has in store for you, it can't be. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse this...
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Mr. Dubois, I hope excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have known this should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically... Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and...
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
I got a feeling. Everything is gonna be alright.
I read you just one reaction from one fan on social media who says before 2021 West Ham had never reached the group stage of a European competition. 3 years later, we played 37 European fixtures in 13 countries, winning 70%, scoring 69 goals and lifting a trophy. Beyond proud, the best years I've ever had as a football supporter.
Well, that's great to hear, isn't it? And it's actually, when you hear it like that, it's a brilliant statistic, especially for West Ham as a football club, because it's been something which, when they moved to the new stadium, when they moved to the new stadium, it was one of the things what the owners wanted. They promised European football and supporters, and they've been able to deliver that now.
Yeah. And can I...
I'm just kidding. It's the first time I've ever done this. Why the fuck are you wearing that hat, bro? Okay, relax. Okay, you stupid guys.
Officer, we will deal with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Officer.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those...
Mr. Dubois.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is...
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
While Evrart is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping...
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you...
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see...
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself to get... It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you balance your lost dignity.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me...
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you?
I think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of...
It's just a brown folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it.
What?
He's hiding it from you because it's not a real Elysium folder. It's just another one of those brown folders
Armor.
you saw in the file cabinet.
Armor.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from...
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man.
A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are... Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding.
He is...
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us. You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally.
Mr. Claire, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real... But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken... You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you...
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You know, I like you.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit, clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this...
Not even a speck of anger in his voice.
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my... Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? It was a figure of speech, Harry. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if...
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly...
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone...
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it...
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son. With your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up. And when he...
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can... You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady, you know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he does...
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very... One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her, because you and I are such good friends, and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. And with finding your lost gun.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or...
That much is true. His heart, if it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there's certainly...
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. Harry! Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry.
It's hard to say if he really...
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice.
Okay then. Positive emotions it is. You
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator...
He doesn't want to see her.
Of course, I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find...
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of... Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real... Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time. Great! You want to bounce something off your old friend? Absolutely, Harry. See you...
Alright. God. What do I do with that information then? Bloody hell.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with... Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help.
Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened. Rusting control panel. Crane does not return to its original position. Crane does no screech of An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Undoubtedly, sure, why? Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, Repeat until it works. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes. All items on the list have been the drawers.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic. Our personal dynamic has changed.
He means very little.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior.
You're so...
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his child. Yes, that is precisely what it means, homunculus. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Sorry.
Follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM Rent-A-Cops!
guarding that bridge like Evrart's lapdogs!
Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across mud. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Well, snap.
The cause has been removed from
Ooh, I'd just eat some Crispies.
Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. And what you had to do was to...
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your...
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. The hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to... Now leave me be. I must luxuriate. There is nothing I cannot possibly...
That's some serious hot dick.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the... Right, you talk to the boss. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Polar Weasel? Oh. I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's actually Occidental, though. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the Whirling in Rags. That's all I know. Our organization...
Okay, but where did you get the key?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Who he is, and what they're fighting for? Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit, they're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Evrart's law. But really, they're just like you.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes?
Why not? Must be nice being... We're negotiating our Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision making. No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older... Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The Prairie, I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable I guess you kind of get to be the village chief.
By that, you mean?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live... The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not... Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not... Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And more...
Not you would like to say. But then there's that weasel.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition. attempting. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of...
He means a more violent faction could easily...
Understood. This has been off limit.
No problem. I wish the best...
Right to work! The woman is still hunched.
Huh? What is... And what is that?
Great. He asked the Pines rep about the bail, and now he's talking to everyone. Fine then. Just try not to black out again, and don't contemplate. We don't have... That is exactly what I didn't want you to think.
No offense. But your partner seems like a bit of an idiot.
Republica, a filterless cigarette from Mesk.
Neither is spelled transportation. Life is transitory. You are an idiot. And you are keeping me here, fluid to this racket. Unless there was anything else?
Brian.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted. An old monument stands in the middle, even by the standards of the Philippian kings. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasure. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years. This is slander. The king was just and beautiful. His Majesty's called cocaine. Beneath a group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of... Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. A rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. Neither do people in Martinez. The statue, Philip III, the Squanderer. A silver... As you look up, you know something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet?
Okay, I can't see it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently If we connect every bullet hole in Martinez to the murderer, we'll get an overwhelming amount. I've made a note. Don't hold your breath.
The king stands high above you.
Alright.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad... Nope. Don't. Some of the other drivers...
Hey, isn't he, like, smoking right now?
Okay. But this is my last one.
Are you sure you don't already have lung cancer.
Dun 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 dun.
Looking for something odd? Not.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost...
People who... So, lately, the problem? That...
Oh?
Go.
Lieutenant, not a lot. What happened? The tear machines. Your bottles clunk into the machine. And do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy. The tear...
No. You need tear. No. Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know any... wow. I didn't know you worked for the Union, sir. Anything else?
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin. Right now. Speed and gin.
A warehouse.
She looks...
Fine. For it doesn't...
Yeah, boy, got some dollar bills, y'all. Okay. I got dollar bills in my pocket, homie. Dollar, dollar. The dollar, dollar.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and...
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonort. So?
You should thank him.
Fuck? Okay.
Kuno sent your fat ass run!
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. What is this? Trying to be cool with your new asshole? Kuno was just after this shit. You better have...
Yeah, real interesting.
The fuck about it? You're
Get lost!
Kuno's... Kuno... Ease off, see? Don't be telling Kuno what Kuno...
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up!
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work. An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able. Usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Your station would not have...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Takes a deep old breath. All in the lungs, son.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn...
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
I thought we decided to...
Damn it. This is turning into some...
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Because you have
Sean, looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes. You're a lying sack of shit. Come back later, Corporal.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes. That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box.
KK57. Next, we've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. What's next? NA. Roughly 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat, teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul smell.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor...
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10.
KK57 0503.
None. At least not after the...
A strange word. Treatment.
Interfering with the body's position or wounds.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Then again, the right lividity is easy to produce if you know what you're doing.
Your central nervous system recognizes this. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious.
I'm good, yeah.
A holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites.
I'm playing this Disco Elysium, so it's just all reading.
Then somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude, and so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH.
We should start the postmortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to...
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see. Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing. What?
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep the...
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling... The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Talking
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark.
See, my pig is gonna.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant. Just write down that we...
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals, and the dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genital, you should touch it. Doesn't feel like anything. A cold spot.
My pig's so fucking ill right now.
Oh, your pig's pretty sick, I gotta say.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. We have a real museum here. Last item, hands.
His flesh is cold.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Kobo. What? That you have, Kobo, that you have. We should do this more.
Hands are clean. I was. Maybe I'm... Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything?
You don't even have a...
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh. like the creaking of an old house at
Yeah, jack that!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid, ripped from the force of the lit. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about... No, you don't. You can keep it in. You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary, NA. Same for toxicology and cardiovascular, gastrointestinal. Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, incisions in head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Oh, so we inflicted them? You mean the spin-stabilized munition from a Kill A9? That was not a team effort. I just missed my shot. Also, let's not mention it. Muddies the water.
See? These pigs are...
Why don't you fuck him if you...
Now, injuries. Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not... And your opinion, officer? Fatal injury by seagulls? No, he was not murdered by seagulls. Yes, it's... That's right. What's next? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early... has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's it. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you?
Please get yourself together. The lieutenant from precinct.
I need a copy of that autopsy for processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
I thought we decided to...
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. You run your hands up the genitals in his breeches.
There is no... Do you think we missed...
You can't shake the feeling that...
Okay, well... We are in leave. If you want for this task to slow...
Not to mention the damage that would be dealt to the forces.
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Why, yes there was. It was massive. Red eyes glowing in the dark.
Yes. Now, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge. But I think we should still take a look at... Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the DC.
Inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of... There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
No, I'm just, perhaps not. This is... See that ladder there? It's probably another way into...
I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night.
How could anyone forget, asshole? This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Turning the crank feels oddly... It's all gone now. What better to assuage the... You slip your... No. This is going to need something else. If you want to try again, then you need...
Equip the pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top, and... Two cables are plugged into the breaker box.
What are you doing? We need the fridge for the body. You can't just unplug it.
Something close to you died.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows. Somewhere, a machine hums along. The bear's eyes are still glowing red.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is...
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks.
Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the head, you take the feet.
The two of you. The body is heavier than and stinkier. It takes half an hour to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
I knew you would say that. I knew this would lead to drinking.
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
If I were an artist, this would... At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you...
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to... You're on the right track. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the... Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push, your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. The ululations of the limbic system have ended. all. The lieutenant answers with the sound of your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels ice-cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right. The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush. You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. The inside of the head feels cold with a plop. Your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the...
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of...
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. Of course, you deserve it. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. That was then. This time we have extensive tissue destruction. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion? Non-fatal. Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I've had this doubt since you showed me the tracks, officer. We could not account for why they carried him. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here. As we
almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
That's for us to find out, to hide something. Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. We bag the corpse and carry him to work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Far away, ice cream makers are buzzing. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks, and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horses, just a small gulp. I like it a lot, brother. This real... Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank man.
All right.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. You will never own the full set now. Oh well, in another life.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Oh, did he bloody wrong? Damn, son. I didn't even think I could do it wrong.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower. The squished little thing has no idea. That sounds like something a police detective would do. The squashed bullet has... The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal... You can just about... It's quite destroyed. So, what's interesting about the bullet thus far? Yes, it's as if you've seen bullets before, officer. A jacketed bullet, which would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle. Not very interesting. You have an unusual military-grade bullet in your hand. Now all you need is to find a gun that could fire it. A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belma-Grave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. Back at the station, the lieutenant is standing at a counter, diligently filling out paperwork. You should share your findings with him as soon as possible.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno? You fucking with Kuno?
The wide grin above his clenched jaw agrees. His heavy breathing, his diet.
Don't trust a Ease off, see? Thanks, pig. We're cool now. You punching yourself in the face.
He really likes this. This motor lorry shit makes Kuno happy.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Pig, that's the past. And then what?
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer. It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like...
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking...
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come... Kuno...
I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods. Good.
Don't be traumatizing it.
I'll die before I What's this?
Get the fuck...
I'll die before...
Right. It's the most ice I've ever heard go into a glass, ever. Yeah. It's still going in, how much ice do you need? Oh, she's heard you and she's gonna twat you soon. You're just on the back burner.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Cop habit. You look at everything. No, these tracks are not You see a set of tire tracks. You see.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered... I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
It's the god of cigarette.
Apologies, but this is my last...
The god himself has denied you absolution.
When it very first came out on console. Yeah, I've always meant to get back into it. I know Steve did. Steve got really back into it, but I've just,
I'm not sure that's
yeah.
a good idea. I'm not throwing.
There's no way you'd catch that. Yes, really. Don't even try. You'll just embarrass yourself.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name?
Martin Martinez. Good local name. Let's go with that.
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type. I couldn't tell you. We don't usually see. Last week? I don't know. Look. I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
Hey, Sunday makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. He doesn't reply. Gesturing no with his... Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you too.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him...
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted.
Good luck with the investigation.
A stone, like any other. There's a key beneath it. Rusty. This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place. The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against you. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No, you try to be as silent as you can. It takes a... Finally, the door unlocks. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Well, buddy, you opened it. Good job. Let's go now. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe as you hold the open door, you can feel...
Believe I'm going in. You better believe it, son.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark skin, a little ring. Though cheerful, the images betray a lack of interest in human beings. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much. This person is unhappy. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often. Who knows? Could be. But this clothes in a trash lead doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. of mugs sit. This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, but there are little. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. It is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomenon of this wondrous archipelago. You're sure you once saw sundogs in your youth, and the flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful.
Yo. Got a badass bitch just bouncing on my dick. Bouncing on my dick. Bouncing on my dick. She bad and more. Got a badass bitch just bouncing on my. Bouncing on my. Got a bad motherfucker. La 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 la.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century, and even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure to symbolize the top. Also, some social democrats, because white is the color of gone. Gone is the glory. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Alright. You got it sorted then, yeah.
Closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible.
What? Oh yeah. Sorry.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov. The bust doesn't reply. The bust doesn't. A warm feet. A poor communard. From the bust doesn't reply. The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind. A plaster cast bust. A poor communard. From the looks of it, the room is barely bigger than a closet.
A bloody lounge jacket. Disco Elysium. Yeah, it's sick.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing, but whatever. Yeah.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one. You can feel tension on the other side.
Oh, really? Oh, the voice acting is the best bit. Alright.
Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. A poor communard from.
Do I have to open the door?
I don't know if it did.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a...
A poor communard from the looks.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried.
Now, what do you...
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and...
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these... If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear...
What's he in trouble for? talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Donate your t-shirt. Funny.
Ask away, policeman. People come and go. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets. Oh, I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. That's what I said. Astrology. The artiste. Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the wall. She leaves an old lady.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius. Is red from the cold. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A stand.
Give me a moment.
piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, I can see that.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
I wasn't listening to you. What? Yeah, Leeds Festival. Yeah.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels?
Well,
This
Disco
shit
Elysium.
smells out of government vehicles.
Yeah. It's not really one that to stream, really. It's basically just a story.
She did it herself. Pumped it out. She's proud of it too.
Alright. I think so, yeah.
Cite me the statute that says you can't paint murals with fuel oil, and I promise I'll cease and desist. What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw, if you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No, that's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it close, not familiar in a good way. A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Good question. There is no answer or drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. You carefully fold the wrapper into a square. You hear someone walking around inside.
Excuse me?
Scare them. There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
Oh, come on.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculous, beautiful thing? Remember, when they come to Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least. Her voice is really cheerful.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control, written under a Be friendly.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close...
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff.
The sum must have been... Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
That flight at 12:50, Steve? Alright. I was just checking what terminal we were flying from before, and I thought we were flying at 12:30, so, but then I could only see one for 12:50, so that's why I was confused. Right.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Yeah. No, I think they would allow that. You just, whenever anything's batteries, you just have to not pack it So you have to like take it out of the bag while it's going through scanner. No, we'll send him through on his own.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
Yeah, I had a bloody... when I went to... Oh, I can't remember where I was now, but when I was flying home, I had I was in Rome. When I was flying home from Rome, I had a lighter that was in the shape of a gun. And they wouldn't let me use that in the plane. It was like one of them tiny ones, though, like not... like smaller than your palm. And I was just like, you joking me? And they're like, no, we have confiscated. I was like, just whatever. Just whatever. I don't know.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
Alright.
I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
What I find mad on long-haul flights, they don't let you on with anything like sharp or anything like that, no glass or anything like that. And then on long-haul flights, they give you like meals, like tea time or whatever, but they give you like proper cutlery, so they'll give you a fork and a knife. Yeah.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how it went. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. It was, but that was of course.
A plaster cast bust.
What about? What time was your train again? What? Straight to Manchester Airport, is it? Oh, whip me up some of that sweet ass time. Give me some of that sweet ass time. Damn. So you got like 3 hours in the airport then? Well, I mean, let's just keep everything crossed that there's no strikes on that day.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire? Oh, not only have you found my address.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens. Does anyone in a city like this?
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified
It's
herself
done now.
against it.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing. Shoot, Piggy. It's...
What now? It is. Everyone says the real estate agents don't do. So the sooner we get, of course.
Lad, it's the exact same in my group. I am just constantly asking people for money.
This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. No one. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening, after 2100.
It is what it is, lad. People know they're going on a stag do. Like, they're going to have to pay for stuff. Yeah. There will be more. They always charge a premium for packages.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. If you're going to be at the airport for 3 hours, you're gonna be better off getting a lounge. Are they? They're like 30, they'll be like 30, 35 quid, but you'll have all free food and all free beer. Terminal 1. Three hours, it'll well be worth it. Especially in an airport, with airport food's fucking ridiculous. No, you can just get any of them in airport. Hold on. Terminal 1 Manchester. Terminal 1 I think it was when I looked before. Three hours you normally get in them. Yeah. I've just gone through Manchester Airport website. And they've got it says there's one here, Escape Lounge. Nah, Escape Lounge has got it in Terminal 1. 36 quid. Mm-hmm. I'll send it you separately on, rather than putting it in groups in case you don't want the sympathy. It might be well worth it, that, because we're going to be eating, aren't we? So you're going to be saying in an airport 10, 15 quid, I'd say, for food, plus you're going to want to drink with it. You're already on 20 just for having one. What, this one that I'm on? Large groups larger than 6 people are subject to availability. They must be booked via a lounge, booked via the lounge contact centre. But you just book your 6 and I'd book mine on my own, because I'd get there whenever anyway. So I know, lad. If they're free, lad. Yeah. What?
Can I help you?
Complaints in an airport.
You see a heavy, old cobalt paint.
Bloody hell.
The door is closed. This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now.
Taking a card? Yeah, of course I'm taking a card. Nah, I don't do cash, lad. What? What do you mean? What happens if I lose my cash? Well, if I lose my cash, I'm losing my card as well. Well, that's just how I would do it. Yeah, I might keep mine in the back of my phone. No, I'm only taking zipped shorts. Shorts with zips and no holes. Fucking hell. I joined like a Benidorm group on on Facebook, and people keep posting shit in it. And sorry, I've just completely lost track. Saw some titties. I, I, I've joined some Benidorm group, and literally every day there's a new post. Lost my phone. Lost my phone. Tracked my phone to this building. Tracked my phone to this building. I'm like, bloody hell! I've never seen so much. And my mate went to Barcelona last weekend. He said they went to some club, and his mate had had his granddad's Rolex on, and someone nicked it off him whilst he was in the granddad's Rolex gone. I know, especially Barcelona. Well, I lost my phone last time I went there, and they spent was it £2 they spent on the SIM card? Ridiculous. I ended up having to pay £100. Yeah. Oh, two. Yeah. I mean, I spoke to about 20 different people for around a total of about, say, about 20 plus hours. And it was just all script readers, like reading off a script, like not actually listening to what you're saying. And then I finally got an English person, and it got rectified. So you just gotta keep ringing until you get someone English that listens to you.
Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life. At least
That was the other thing. If you say like, oh, I'm just looking to leave O2 and not tell them what you're actually ringing for, then they put you through to English then, so then you can explain to them the problem, and they're more likely to try and help because they're actually listening to you. So I learned a few things from it, yeah, but good God.
The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid, you feel nice and lonely, and so tired. The cans continue to bob, as do your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the sides of the tub.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably a better idea too, to be honest. The other thing I was thinking that might be a good idea, I'm going to try and do it on stags that I'm taking, that I'm trying to like sort out, is have like a bit of a kitty. So just have people send you like 20 quid each or something before you go, and keep that in like a separate account, and then that can pay for like taxis rather than trying to like run around and ask people for like 3 or 4 quid for a taxi. You've just got a taxi fund, if that makes sense. I mean, it's up to you, like, but what the hell? What the hell is going on? Yeah, Dave's in the group. Hello.
Alright, so you're not connected by PlayStation, that's why. No, I wasn't. That makes sense. I thought. I think they are planning on adding. Are they?
What's disgusting is your fucking belly, fat fuck.
I wish I was an admin so I could get rid of the one that go hard, but it's fucking shit. Yeah. Yeah. Duck's
Filthy monkey, you can't even use jujutsu.
Yeah, that was it. Bucket. No true words spoken.
Alright, then you could do that. Yeah.
They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute enough